Happy Sunday, friends! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and today I want to share with you everything you need to know about the Saint Laurent chain envelope wallet. And as per usual, I break up my reviews in 5 sections: an overview of the bag, wearability, how I bought the bag, what fits inside, pros and cons, and then I round all that up at the end and let you know who I would recommend this bag to. So friends, let's get right into it. So if you're a subscriber of my channel and you watched my most used bags of 2021, or maybe my handbag collection, then it will come to no surprise to you that I actually have 2 of the Saint Laurent chain envelope wallets. For the sake of this overview, we're gonna look at the gray one, okay? Okay, so as we can see, the bag has a grainy leather. It has this chevron stitching on it, which makes the bag so pretty in my opinion. It has silver hardware. On the back of the bag, we also have the chevron stitching. It is kind of like an envelope style, which hence the name chain envelope wallet.
Envelope chain wallet. Chain envelope chain wallet. You get the point, you saw the title. Let's move on.
I know there is a bigger one of the Saint Laurent chain envelope wallet as well, and that one does not have the sharp corners. It's kind of like a rounded bottom. For me personally, I do prefer a bag which can actually kind of stand on the table, right, and not kind of. We also have a chain, hence chain envelope wallet, envelope chain wallet, envelope chain. We have a chain. Actually, I had my friend Sarah over a few days ago, and she had a look at my lovely shelf here with the bags, and she had a look at this one, and she mentioned that the chain is so heavy. It's kind of like a military grade chain, I think she called it. And I mean, that's so true. I mean, the chain is really heavy. It's by far the most heavy part of the actual bag. To be honest, I think that's kind of a selling point for this bag. I mean, essentially, let's just have a look at this chain. Do you see how it kind of sparkles in the light? I mean, the most compliments I get on this bag is on the actual chain. I mean, this chain catches the light in such a gorgeous way. The chain is one of my favorite parts about this bag. Moreover, on the chain, we do have a leather strap, so it will sit very comfortably there on your shoulder, and you won't have to have the chain kind of actually digging into your shoulder, which I think is a great selling point for this bag as well. Obviously, we have the YSL emblem on the front of the bag. Inside the bag, we do have the fastenings for the actual chain. The chain is removable, so if you want to use this as a clutch, you can just clip off the chain, and then you won't have to carry around the actual kind of heavy chain with you, right? So I think that's a pro as well. Inside the bag, we do have 6 card slots and a slot for notes back there as well. Also, there's 1 compartment, so not a lot of space, but still you can fit your essentials. We'll get into that later as well. And in the front, we do have a little compartment there with a zipper. And there I keep the most valuable things, you know, like my blister plasters, glasses wipes, hand wipes, valuables, I tell you. Obviously the red one, I mean, you'll have the same components of the actual overview of the bag, right? So you have the pretty chain, but in gold here, obviously. And on the inside, same here. We have some card slots, the separate compartment, all of that good stuff. But now with the overview out of the way, let's have a chat about how wearable the Saint Laurent chain envelope wallet actually is.
I mean, envelope chain wallet, I'm sorry.
So like I said in the beginning of this video, I mentioned these bags in my most used handbags of 2021, right? So that might give you a clue that this is a wearable bag in my collection, right? Essentially, I use these bags for 2 main occasions. So either I crossbody it and use it as kind of like a running errand, or kind of going to the supermarket or going to lunch, anything like that type of bag. Or I take the chain off and use it as like an actual clutch. For me, it's a very versatile bag. It's one that I would not want to live without in my collection. Obviously, it is a quite tiny bag, right? So you will not fit all your daily essentials in there, but kind of like for a quick errand, stuff like that, I find this bag so wearable and so kind of practical, right? But it still looks absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion at least, but I'm sure you would agree, because what is not gorgeous about this bag, right? And like I told you in the review of my actual work bag, right, the Prada double in the size large, I usually put one of these bags in my actual work bag and use it as kind of like a wallet, or like I said, a running errands type of bag. Because I mean, if I go out to lunch or if I have a quick errand to run, I don't necessarily want to take my full kind of work bag, right? So for that type of occasion, I think this bag is perfect. and like I said, it kind of doubles as a wallet as well in my bigger bag, which makes it even more wearable and even more practical. What I also find great about these bags is that it's kind of lightweight apart from the chain, like I told you, right? I mean, it's a fully leather bag, but the weight of it is really, really light. And obviously, if I'm gonna wear this for kind of like running errands or to the supermarket and stuff like that, then I think it's good to have kind of a light bag, because if I'm gonna lug around groceries, I don't want my actual little handbag as well to be heavy. So it's lightweight, it looks fabulous, it's very wearable. What's not to like? Let's move on to what fits inside. Essentially, in this bag, I only take like 3 to 4 items. It's my phone, it's my Louis Vuitton key holder, which I also have my cards in. You would know that if you're a subscriber to this channel. I've talked about it multiple times. This is the superhero of my life. And I bring a little lippy. Or if I don't really need a lippy for the occasion, then I usually bring a hand sanitizer instead.
But for the sake of this video, this is prettier than a hand sanitizer, right? Okay.
We have our phone and we have our little key thingy. We just plop that in there and we put the lippy in there as well, and that's full capacity. I told you, you won't fit a lot, but you will fit your absolute essentials. We just close it. Obviously, it will kind of stretch a little bit on the sides. That's kind of the pro of the envelope sides, right? I mean, they can stretch out a little bit and they can lay a little bit flatter depending on how much you have in it. I mean, obviously you can put your actual cards in the card slots of the actual bag, right? So you wouldn't necessarily have to bring a card holder, but I mean, for me, I usually just bring my key holder, since I mean, that has my essential everyday cards in it, right? If you want to fit a lot, this is not the bag for you. That's the bag at full capacity, so let's move on to how I bought the bag. So the gray bag I bought back in 2019. I bought it when I was on a trip to Milano with my sis Aya. She got a card holder. It was pink, it was sparkly, it was everything, obviously. But yes, I bought this bag on that trip to Milano. We had a lovely experience. We had such a nice sales associate. We tried on basically all the little chain envelope colors she had. She brought out all the card holders. We tried on some sunglasses as well. It was a fabulous time. I knew I wanted some sort of neutral kind of small bag. Initially, I was thinking of buying the Chanel wallet and chain, since I'm kind of a Chanel girl at heart. For the actual bag you're getting, I think the wallet and chain is kind of expensive, to be honest. And also, I think the Saint Laurent envelope chain
envelope wallet
is a little bit prettier. For the actual monies I'm paying for it, I think the chain envelope wallet is the better option over the wallet on chain from Chanel. I bought it new in the store in 2019. I think the price actually has remained the same ever since, because I do remember I paid 895 euros for it. I checked the website today and it's still 895 euros. So in comparison to Chanel's kind of like 30% price increases, right, on some bags, I think Saint Laurent has done a great job on kind of keeping a fair price for this bag, because honestly, for the quality of the bag, I think the price is actually quite reasonable. Obviously, it's an expensive bag and it's a lot of money for this tiny bag, right? But in the luxury fashion community, yeah, I would say it's quite reasonable. As for the red bag, I picked this up in, I think, June 2021, so I've not even had it a year yet. But I bought this one pre-loved, actually, and I got it for, I think, 500 euros. It's obviously in great condition. The gold hardware, though, is kind of something I would be wary about on Saint Laurent bags, because I bought it for such a low price, essentially because the YSL emblem had some scratching on it. For me, that's not an issue, because I know I can hand it in to YSL. They can switch out the emblem. I did that. It cost me 100 euros. So my total price for this bag essentially was 600 euros, right? But now it looks good as new, and I think it's a fun color as well, and it's a good complement to the gray bag, because essentially the outfits where I would wear the gray bag will not go with the outfits that I would wear with the red bag, right? So they kind of complement each other, and they're both a great addition to my collection. Okay, so now that we know how I bought my Saint Laurent envelope chain wallets, let's have a chat about the pros and the cons for these bags. So let's start with the cons and then we can just move out of that energy to end on a positive note. So obviously one con people would mention for this bag is probably the lack of capacity. I mean, it is a tiny bag. For me, that's not an issue. Maybe for you if you want to carry everything including the kitchen sink. But for me, I mean, going into this, I knew I was buying a small bag. I wanted a small bag as well because I wanted something that I could easily just carry crossbody or use as a clutch for kind of like special occasions, right? If you do want a bigger bag for running errands, maybe look into buying a Saint Laurent sac de jour. I have one in the nano size and I think this one is great for kind of like a day out in the city center where you need a little bit more stuff than just kind of like your phone, your cards, your keys, and a hand sanitizer, obviously. But if you need to pack a little bit more, then I think this is a great option. You obviously have more capacity. I've done a review on this bag, so if you want to see what fits in this one, go watch that review. I'll link it up here. And it's obviously the same brand, so if you want to stay on brand, go for the Sac de Jour Nano. If you want space, if you don't want space and if you want a clutch, this is the bag for you. Another con, considering what's fashionable right now, is that the chain is kind of long, right? For me, this hits right at my hip, but obviously if you're shorter, then it may hit kind of like an awkward point. I mean, it hits at my hip if I carry a crossbody. I don't like having it just on my shoulder hanging down because then it will hang kind of low. And I don't think that's the best look. What we can do to make the chain a little bit shorter is essentially just to cross it over, like so. So you have the chain crossed over inside the bag, you just close it up, and then you have a shorter chain. And then it actually sits comfortably on just having it on my shoulder. But if I do that kind of shortening process, then I do think it hits at kind of like an awkward point if I carry it crossbody. But you do have that option as well. So I mean, you can carry it with the long chain as it is intended. You can carry it by crossing the strap and having a shorter chain, and then obviously you can completely remove the strap, right, and have it as a clutch bag. Now we kind of went into the pros. I mean, now I mentioned that it's a very versatile bag with the chain, right, but I mean that was essentially my last con anyway, of the chain being kind of long, so we went through that, it's fine. Otherwise, for the pros, I mean, like I said, you have that option of kind of playing around with the chain length, which makes it very versatile in my opinion. I mean, obviously I have two of them, so whatever outfit I want to put together, I essentially have a Saint Laurent envelope chain wallet to suit that occasion, right? So for me, these are very versatile. Otherwise, I think these are just timeless classic bags, which come in at a good price point for the actual quality you're getting. And yeah, I mean, the chevron detailing is just so pretty. I do gravitate towards them more in the summer where I just want a light bag which doesn't take up much estate on my outfit and kind of is an easygoing bag and I can be totally hands-free. So rounding this review all up, I mean, who would I recommend these bags to? Maybe if you're just starting out your collection, these might not be the best bags, right? Because if you want something that you can use for every day and for every occasion, these may not be the bags, right? Because you cannot fit that much in them. Like I said in my Saint Laurent Sac de Jour review, I do recommend the Sac de Jour for beginners as well because it's kind of a one-stop shop for every occasion you need. I mean, it goes well for evening occasions, it goes well casually during the day. You can fit a decent amount in there, even in the nano size. I have also made a styling video for that Sac de Jour Nano if you want to see how versatile it actually is. This starts sounding like a commercial for the Sac de Jour, which it's definitely not. I mean, if you want a one-stop shop bag, these might not be the ones for you, but if you're looking for a small bag, kind of like a competitor to the Chanel envelope, no, not envelope chain, wallet and chain. If you want a competitive option to that bag, these come in at a great price point. They're obviously gorgeous, they're in the chevron, they have the gorgeous emblem on them. So if you're looking for something in the kind of space of I'm going to events, I'm going to run quick quick errands, I want a fashionable, chic, timeless looking bag. This is a great option at a fabulous price point. So if that's you, go get yourself a Saint Laurent envelope chain wallet, just saying. And that's everything I have to share about the chain envelope wallet from Saint Laurent. Envelope chain wallet, it's called. Am I ever going to remember that? I don't think so, but it's fine. Now this sleeve fell down again. It's driving me crazy. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Really enjoyed having you here. If there's something you're still wondering about the Saint Laurent envelope chain wallet, please let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you that way. And until my next video, stay safe, take care, and see you soon. Bye!